This creator right here just implemented the 5 things I'm going to share with you in this video, and it allowed them to get over 80,000 followers on Instagram in a really short period of time, increase their views, and ultimately quit their full-time job to only post on Instagram for a full-time living. And the same thing could happen to you so long as you implement these 5 changes, because the Instagram algorithm recently changed, and if you're not adapting to these 5 things, you're going to get left behind. Change number 1 is you need to start encouraging people to leave notes on your content. If you don't know what notes are, essentially, now you could start up basically like a group chat on a post amongst just you and your close friends or you and your followers. And what you want is for people viewing your content to do this on your content, because it's going to increase the amount of reach that you end up getting. Because every single time that Instagram releases a new feature like this or a new type of engagement, those creators that get that type of engagement see a massive increase in both the amount of views that they get and the amount of followers that you get. So what you want to start testing right now is having a call to action in your description to leave a note for your close friends or to leave a note for your followers. And essentially what this is going to allow them to do is leave a comment on that post that only their close friends or their followers are going to see. Now, ideally, it should be something funny. It should be their remarks about something, or you could just say leave a note about what you think. And then basically what you are trying to do is get them to use this, spark up a conversation just amongst their followers. And this is basically like a notification that, hey, this person I follow left a comment on this thing. Let me see what they have to see about this thing. And this is going to start a viral loop in which a lot of people come to your post, leave a note also, and boom, this is going to increase your reach. But that's not the only change. That's only 1 out of 5 changes. The next change that you need to make sure that you're doing is you need to make sure that when you post something to Instagram, it's also getting posted to Facebook. And all you have to do is toggle that little button that says post to Facebook as well. Now, I'm not literally talking about taking the same post and posting on an Instagram and then going to Facebook and posting it there. I'm talking about simply turning on that toggle. And what this is going to do is increase, 1, the amount of views that you get, but also it's going to increase the amount of people that follow you both on Facebook and Instagram. Because what this is going to do, if somebody sees your post on Facebook, they're going to see a little Instagram icon. So if they click on that, they then get prompted to come over to Instagram. And guess what this means? If you've been watching my content before, then you'd understand that all Instagram cares about right now is making money on Instagram. So what they want to incentivize people coming back to Instagram. One of the easiest ways for you to do this is to post your content both to Facebook and Instagram so that people get brought from Facebook over to Instagram. They make more money on Instagram, and boom, Instagram starts to push out more of your content. The other 2 ways to do this are by responding to comments that you get on your post and by getting people to share content, because 1 share right now equals up to 400 views. Now, before I get into the next 3 things that you need to do, and remember, the last one I share with you is by far the most important, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to grow quicker on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, I literally upload a video every single day about how to grow on these platforms. In addition to that, I just created a free Instagram growth course. You can get it at the pinned comment below. It's going to share with you things like the best time to post on Instagram, the best hashtags to use, and even how to make money on Instagram if you don't have a lot of followers. So what are you waiting for? Go to that pinned comment below and get into it right now. Now, change number 3 that you need to get into immediately is using more of the remix feature. If you don't know what the remix feature is, essentially it allows you to take a meme that somebody else did, add an emoji to it, change it just a little bit, and then you're able to post that on your own account. And guess what? Memes right now are one of the most shared types of content on Instagram. So if you post these types of content, guess what happens? You get more shares, you get more reach. Ultimately, it's going to help you get more views and get more followers. And the best part about that is it's going to take you less time to create these posts than you could have ever imagined. In fact, you could do one of these posts in just 2 to 3 minutes, or if you plan them out ahead of time, it can literally take you 30 seconds to do this, because literally all you have to do is go to that post, use the remix feature, add an emoji, and boom, you have a new post on your page that literally just took you 15 seconds to make. Let me show you a few examples. So like I shared with you earlier, Nick has been using all these tactics to skyrocket his following, and if we look at his posts, he uses the remix feature a lot. It's how he did this post, this post, this post, and by the way, this post got 40,000 views, this post, this post, this post, this post, literally all of these different posts that have a meme in them, all he's doing is he's using the remix feature to boom, get a lot of views. And if I look at all of his videos right here, this video right here is the one that got the most views, and guess what? It was done with the remix feature. So it took him the least amount of time to make that piece of content and probably got the most results from it. Not only that, if you come over to the Reels feed, this right here is going to be a meme. Right here, you could see 4,300 likes, or 43,000 likes rather, which means that this has gotten a lot of reach. And all you have to do is use the remix feature, change a text here, or just add an emoji, and boom, you are going to increase your reach. And that's not the only one of those that you're going to see. In fact, if you keep scrolling, you're going to keep seeing a bunch of these different memes. For example, Here's another one. Point of view, me vibing at the brunch and seeing my client. Again, same thing. All they're doing is taking a meme, adding a point of view to it, and boom, these posts go crazy. Now, before we get into the last and most important change that you need to make sure that you're implementing right now, if you want to skyrocket your reach on Reels, we need to talk about change number 4, which is that you need to be using trending audios correctly. And the only reason you should use a trending audio is if it hits these 4 criteria. First and foremost, there needs to be that trending arrow next to it. If there is no trending arrow, it is not a trending audio and it is not something Instagram is pushing. Secondly, ideally, it should be at less than 10,000 posts made to it when you go ahead and go to create your piece of content. The third thing is the original video needs to have over 1 million views, and ideally you're going to want to see several videos that have over 1 million views. Now, if it doesn't have all 3 of those things, you should not use that trending audio, but those 3 things are kind of easy for you to hit. This next criteria is going to be the hardest one to hit, but if you're able to find posts that hit all 4 of these, you're going to get way more views on Instagram. And that last one is that whatever post you're creating needs to look like those other posts that got over 1 million views. Ideally, the same hook. Ideally, the same format. Ideally, the same length, because if you're doing any of those 3 things differently, it's not actually the same post to Instagram, and then as a result, you're not going to get the reach that you want, because way too many of you right now are using trending audios the wrong way. You're just taking an audio, you're slapping it on there, and you don't even realize that it has nothing to do with what you're actually posting about. And there are 3 different ways for you to be able to find trending audios. First and foremost, you can go into your dashboard on Instagram, scroll down, and it is going to show you trending audios. It is also going to show you inspiration, where you might find a trending audio on one of those videos. The second thing you could do, go ahead and look at your competitors' profiles and see what sounds they're using in their posts and see if it hits any of those 4 criteria. And then finally, you could simply just do a search on Instagram or use Meta AI to simply ask, hey, what sounds are trending within my niche? Can you give me a few good examples that are working for small creators in my niche or for big creators in my niche? And then you're gonna get Meta's AI to actually go ahead and do the work for you. In fact, you could do this with several different things. You could get it to write you a really good description, to find trends for you in your niche, or to find the best hashtags that you should be using on the posts that you're about to do. Now, this brings me to the last and most important thing that you need to be doing on Instagram right now, and that is that you need to be doing at least 1 collaboration post a week. If you are not doing this, you're missing out on, quite frankly, the easiest way ever to grow on Instagram. If you don't know what a collaboration post is, essentially, you do a post and then you're going to collaborate with somebody else. Ideally, they should be showing in that post or you should be referencing them in that post, and boom, what this is going to do is it's going to show the content not only to your followers, but also to their followers. Now, guess what here? 50% of the people that see the post are going to be non-followers. And if those people interact positively with the post, well, guess what Instagram's going to do? It's then going to take your piece of content and it's going to push it to more people that are non-followers because it worked amongst non-followers. And guess what? If you really want to get followers on Instagram right now, what you need to be focused on is getting more than 50% of your views from non-followers. Because here's the deal. If you post something to Instagram and the only people that see your content are your followers, eventually you're going to lose followers over time because those people are going to become uninterested or you might annoy them. So if you want to get more followers over time, you need to reach more non-followers because you'll be able to convince some of those people if you had a call to action in your content, both in the description and within the actual video, to follow you over time, and boom, that is what's actually going to allow you to skyrocket your reach the same way that Nick has been able to skyrocket his reach by implementing these 5 things. Now, let me ask you a question. Obviously, since you're still watching this video, you're serious about growing on Instagram and being able to make a full-time living on Instagram. So don't you think it would be easier to do that if you had somebody like me look at your account, tell you everything you were doing wrong, or give you new content ideas for the future? Well, then let me ask you another question if you answered yes to that. Why haven't you checked out this video right here that explains the 3 different ways that we can work together so I can help you get more views, get more followers, and ultimately be able to monetize your Instagram? I'll see you over there.